We welcome you to the America's Future Series, National Security Dual Use Technology Summit. My name is Scott Murray, and alongside is David Hamilton. He is the founder and the CEO of the America's Future Series, and we'll share more with David momentarily. But for those of you that might not be that familiar with America's Future Series is all about, let me share with you. This is a mission that is to help make America a stronger, more noble, and certainly a more generous nation, day in and day out during the course of the year. We are a nonpartisan speaker series, which has raised, believe it or not, nearly $7 million in donations and proceeds for worthy causes. We have facilitated strategic introductions, fostered partnerships and relationships, challenged the status quo, and helped move the needle in ensuring that the U.S. and all of its allies remain the most powerful political, economic, and military powers literally in the entire world. For over 12 years now, the America's Future Series has brought together some of the most respected national and international leaders to discuss strategies, policies, and approaches to improve U.S. global competitiveness and national security. Certainly most important to us all right now. Innovation, collaboration, and overcoming barriers are certainly central to these discussions. The America's Future Series National Security Dual Use Technology Summit is a cornerstone of our efforts to ensure that America and its allies stay competitive with and outpace our near peers in technologies vital to our national security day in and day out. This event is all about putting capabilities into the hands of our warfighters and first responders faster. Now, to that end, keep this in mind. We connect small and mid-sized agile solution providers with angels, VCs, family offices, PE firms, the military, DoD, and prime defense contractors. We also strive to connect senior military, government, and DoD leaders to foster collaboration. Now, as for today, this event features incredible panels and interviews during the course of the day with national leaders on how to innovate faster, make connections with key stakeholders, access resources, secure capital, navigate the acquisitions process, and doing business with the government, the defense industry. It's a lot to share with you, but that's who we are, and that's what we're all about. And the man that made it all happen umpteen years ago when he was in second grade is when it all started. No?
Yes, sir.
Not right?
Thank you, Scott.
How are you, my friend? It's great to see you again.
It's great to see you, and that's why we have you do this, because I couldn't read all that.
Well, that's all right. I'm delighted to be here, honored to be here, and certainly always pleasure to be alongside you. This is really, as I told you, the first time that I heard about what this was all about, I was most impressed with what you had done with the concept of America's Future Series. So congratulations to you as well.
And thank you for having us in your fantastic studio.
Our Murray Media Studios here in downtown Dallas, Texas. And we're proud to be here and proud to be a part of what's going to be taking place today.
That's fantastic. It's great to be here. Appreciate your support.
Nope. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I just might say a couple quick words. We're going to be very brief. We're going to move along in a very military fashion, right? So to try to stay on time.
Nothing the matter with that.
But I would like to say, I would like to start out by thanking our sponsors, making all of this possible. So our title sponsor today is C-Hear. They have a fantastic technology that ensures improved cybersecurity. They're going to explain it, but how to associate files, makes data handling much more efficient, effective, et cetera. And it's breakthrough technologies. It's patented, and we're really appreciate to have them. We appreciate them here as our title sponsor. Also, TMGcore, which is a high performance computing firm that has two-phase liquid immersion cooling. They make some of the fastest computers in the world, and they can shove them down into a tiny space, which is very valuable in today's world.
Most fascinating.
I want to thank Millennium Space Systems, a division of Boeing. Jason Kim, their CEO, will join us as well. And they've been a long time sponsor, just like TMGcore has. And then, of course, Murray Media. Again, thank you for your support.
We're delighted to be here.
So a couple of quick things I want to make people aware of, and then we'll go right into our program. We're very excited to be hosting the Magellan Award, the AFS Maggie Magellan Award on 4/13. We're honoring General Dunford, General Joe Dunford, for his extraordinary military career and also his servant leadership as a private citizen. That's on 4/13, and I hope everyone will go out to our website and find out about that.
Right. Yeah.
Buy a table, a ticket, all that kind of good stuff.
No, having been there in the past, it's very special, very meaningful. And you think of Maggie Magellan, my gosh, we just lost him within the last 2 years. Absolutely. It's hard to believe during the pandemic, but 103 years old, most decorated airman in the history of the 82nd Airborne. So just quite the warrior.
Yeah, quite a legacy, and we're honored to recognize General Dunford, and General Petraeus is hosting again as he has in the past. So we're
That's
very honored
great.
to have him as well. And we have our Space Innovation Summit on 7/11. That's the anniversary of Sir Richard's Branson's space flight. And we're hoping to have him back to give us share that experience.
He was great last time he was with us.
He announced he was going here, so we think it's appropriate for him to come back. We are honoring General John Hyten, Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, for his career, and in his career with the Air Force and with Space Force, he helped set that up. And we've invited some rather prominent leaders to come help, kind of congratulate him on his career and send him off onto his next great adventure.
Right.
We'll have a number of CEOs, of course, with like Dan Hart of Virgin Orbit and some others, et cetera. So I hope people will tune in for that. We even hoping that we get Elon Musk, but you never know. We've got the. And what's that?
Fingers are crossed.
Fingers are crossed. Absolutely. I want to make a quick announcement. This is something we've been working on for a while. We have a tech scouting database. We have a database that enables these small agile solutions providers to be found. So be on the lookout for that. If you are a company that wants to do business with the DoD, with any branches of the military, et cetera, we have built a platform in partnership with Blueprints Labs, and which is worked with Baylor. And small companies are able to put a description, a profile, if you will, and that we make those visible to the Defense Innovation Unit, AFWorks, SoftWorks, Army Applications Lab, Naval X, Office of Naval Research. So corporations that have tech scouting people. So if you want to be found and possibly do business or get some funding, get investors, et cetera, maybe grants, this is a thing we've built, and it's free to everyone to put their information in.
Oh, that's
and,
great.
And it's free to all the national security apparatus, including the DHS, our intelligence community, et cetera, to try to find the technologies that we need and push them through the pipeline faster. So be on the lookout for our national security tech database.
Very nice.
And we're going to actually have that go live in about 30 days.
Okay, great.
Lastly, we have a great happy hour at the end for entrepreneurs. Defense Entrepreneurs Forum is helping host an event at the end of the day. It's a gathering of these kinds of entrepreneurs, et cetera. Try to build an ecosystem here where we put everybody together. And this is part and parcel of that. We're very proud to be supporting DEF with building what they call an Agora, a council, a chapter in the North Texas region. So we're looking for people to join that, build an ecosystem here, and try to foster this sort of entrepreneurism and this kind of technological innovation.
Fantastic. That's super.
Okay. So that's it for me. Anyway, love for you to take us forward and launch our program.
Okay. And we're gonna move forward with let's see. I think we're going to simply welcome our host. I think we've got Lieutenant General Harry Radke is going to be first up this morning on this Tuesday morning, and we'll see it. There he is. Hello, sir. Lieutenant General, it's always great to see you.
Great seeing you too, Scott, David.
Welcome. Well, what do you have to share with us today? What would you like to tell the world what the Lieutenant General has for us?
Well, I'm going to be sharing some thoughts later in the program on zero trust, which is one of the hottest topics going on today across government, industry, academia, the world. But it's just, for now, it's just great to see longtime friends, and as is so true with America's Future series, to be introduced to new friends. And I think it's really appropriate that we're doing that on the 22nd of February of 2022. And it's easy to remember for me. I didn't even have to write it on my hand of when to be here with you, but 2/22/22. So anyway, it's great to be with you today.
Great to have you, sir. And at 2 o'clock, roughly Central Time, we're going to be honoring General Keith Alexander with the award that you are the namesake for. So we're very proud to be associated with your name and with that award, and to be honoring such a great American as General Keith Alexander. You know, it might be helpful. I think you may have the general's bio, a quick bio. I think
I do have it amidst all my notes here. I sure do.
That's okay. And then we'll also do the same thing. We're going to bring on Major General Bo Young, who's also helping co-host this event. And if you
well, if you can stand by, Lieutenant General, I'm going to read your incredible bio and share with the audience your incredible legacy. Chief Executive Officer, National Cybersecurity Center, national level nonprofit organization that provides a collaborative cybersecurity knowledge and services to the United States of America. And General Radke also is a senior counselor with the Cohen Group, a former director of the Defense Information Systems Agency and manager of the National Communications System. And throughout his incredible career, He has worked at executive levels in communications, command and control, emergency preparedness, cyberspace, and cybersecurity, continuity of government, and in satellite, space, information, and network operations. And occasionally he takes time off to go watch a football game with the family, hopefully. I tell you, every time I read your bio, Lieutenant General, it is just above and beyond. So all I can simply say on behalf of David and I, and for that matter, all of our country, thank you for your incredible service.
Thank you very much, Scott. It's great to be with you and David and the whole America's Future Series group today. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
So if you might, Scott, I'd like to bring Major General Bo Young, who's also
Okay.
one of our hosts today.
Okay, if you're ready, I'm ready too.
And then after that, we do have a little short video that we'd like to show about the Magellan Award that I kind of skipped over. So I'd like to go back. It's like 5 minutes.
No
5
problem.
minutes. But Major General, how are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to see you, and really thrilled to be associated with the group here and co-hosting another event, and in particular, really thrilled to be able to do it with Harry this morning.
Absolutely.
Well, we're delighted to welcome you as well. And let me read a little bio here. I say little about both of you. They're long and extensive bios, but most impressive. In a remarkably varied and distinguished career, Major General Bo Young served as Chief of Staff for the largest 3-star command in the U.S. Army, managed one of the largest rebranding projects in retail history, reorganized a major healthcare system, and helped grow companies, set strategy and growth plans in action. Now, as a Major General in the Army Reserve, he was handpicked to create the Army's 75th Innovation Command, focused on bringing high technology, non-traditional company technology into Army and leveraging the scientific and business skill sets inside the Army Reserve. He currently serves as the CEO of Peacemaker Partners, an organization that helps growing companies effectively scale and penetrate the systems and the sometimes obscure DoD workplace. So we are very grateful for his leadership as the host of the National Security Dual Use Technology Summit. Major General, did I get it all right?
Yeah, I think you did great. We've got a really good day planned. I want to thank all of our sponsors, and because they're really a key part of allowing us to make this happen. And we got a great lineup, of folks that are going to talk about technology, talk about the DoD, what's a priority for them. And then, we often focus on China as sort of the existential threat to us. And believe me, China's still there. But today we have the good fortune of having Brigadier General Pete Zwack with us, really one of the premier global experts on Russia. And I don't know if it's quite right to say it's fortuitous timing to have him here, but it's certainly top of mind, top of news. And when we get kicked off here in just a little bit, I'm thrilled to be able to have him with us today.
Absolutely.
Certainly.
Certainly. So with that, if it's all right, I'd like to show this very short video on the Magellan event. We'll come back and we'll welcome our sponsors and move on through the program.
Good evening. I'm Jim Mattis, and it's my great privilege to pay respects to a fellow Marine. It's also heartening to join in recognizing General Dunford's leadership in defense of our Constitution, because he's a Marine's Marine, he's a shipmate, and he's a friend. So it's appropriate that the Magellan Award goes to this self-effacing patriot, consistent with the message of devotion that the America's Future series chooses to highlight. The America's Future series will not let our hero stories be cast aside into the dustbin of history. Our fighting men and women deserve the best. The sort of leadership like Lieutenant Colonel Maggie gave to his troops, the same as Fighting Joe Dunford gave every day. They both gave their best. Revealed as a man of proven moral and physical courage, one who has earned this recognition in the finest tradition of the Magellan Award. There in the great state of Texas, I join you in saluting General Joe Dunford, a U.S. Marine and a man for all seasons.
I want to thank General Mattis for that and for his support
Oh, for sure.
of this event, and of
For
course
sure.
for the Warrior Monk service to our nation. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to you, Scott, and bring in our two main sponsors.
Yes,
And-
thank them all.
And thank them all and introduce them a little bit.
Yep, we've got three people that we'd like to make note of this morning. Again, members of our incredible team, and we thank them all. We'll start with Adena Harmon, background in psychology and social media. Adena Harmon, C-Hear's founder and CEO, looking for technology to blend audio with an image. Almost 6.5 years later, the C-Hear's intelligent format, CHIF, the file does more than blend audio and image. Adena is a visionary, to say the least, looking to find solutions that help make people's lives better. C-Hear became a proud Microsoft partner and part of the Microsoft startup in 2021, just a year ago in the midst of the pandemic. But Adena Harmon, good morning. Good morning. Delighted that we see that big smile on your face. We're delighted to welcome you on this Tuesday. You doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you. And thank you for having me. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity for C-Hear. We're excited to be part of the National Security Dual Use Technology Summit. And my team is going to be here today. The C-Hear team is going to be making presentations and participating and sharing about our company and learning more about the needs of our government and learning more about the other companies out there doing this great work for our DOD and Homeland Security and other departments inside our government.
Absolutely. Adena, thank you. Thank you. Stand by. We have a couple of your peers that we're going to introduce. Next up is Jesse Collard, the co-founder and COO of C-Hear. He's a creative thinker with a unique blend of business and technical savvy. He brings more than 2 decades, that's right, over 20 years of business management experience with P&L responsibility, as well as 25 years of advertising, marketing, and digital production experience to the C-Hear organization. An experienced digital project manager and user experience leader with the analytical, planning, negotiating, technology, and communication skills necessary to see simultaneous projects through to completion. In other words, a very, very, very busy man. Jesse, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Well, we're delighted to welcome you.
Yes, we're very excited about this opportunity to talk about dual use technology, which we feel like we have that in our bag. So thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you. And I've got to say this, you are the poster child, in my opinion, for dual use technologies. Yours is a technology that the private sector can use, as well as our national security apparatus, our intelligence community. It's the kind of a technology that comes from the private sector that the DOD and other national security organizations need to leverage to increase security. And I'll leave you guys to explain how it works, but I will tell people that it is a breakthrough technology. And I know that we issued a challenge for people to try to break your technology, and no one's been able to do it yet. So you must be doing something right.
Hold up the applause signs for sure. Yes, rock stars personified for sure. Well, the final member of this trifecta here this morning, JD Enright, John David Enright, CEO of TMGcore. He's a dedicated business professional. JD has nearly 30 years of experience working with multinational private and public sector organizations to execute strategic growth initiatives in emerging markets and technologies. And he has certainly specialized leadership in developing next generation HPC platforms, global blockchain strategies, biotechnology, viral cell and gene therapies, and market technology and intelligence assimilation. I mean, the list goes on and on, JD. Once again, we say hello, 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 my friend, on a Tuesday morning. Great to have you along as well.
Great to be here. Thanks again. I'm honored and excited to be sponsoring again America's Future Series. In particular, we did this last year with the Dual Use Technologies Summit, and wow, it was incredible then. And I'm excited about today's. I was looking through the agenda, and wow, it is truly the who's who in influence and understanding in this space, both on the commercial side as well as on the national defense and military side. So I join, Bo and others, and preparing for a wonderful, exciting day. And again, honored that TMGcore could help sponsor this.
Well, we hope to have a lot of wow factor today as well to play off of what you just shared with us. So thank you again for being a part of this this great group.
I would like to interject, JD, thank you again for sponsoring with us. And you are again another example of a dual use technology that can be used by the private sector and very vital to our defense apparatus. And your ability to squeeze down massive amounts of computing power into a small space is really impressive. And I'm hoping that this venue is a good way for people to become familiar with TMGcore and with C-Hear. And it's interesting, you both do blockchain work, so we're hoping that perhaps you guys might find a way to partner together. Maybe 1 + 1 could equal 7, who knows? But anyway.
Yes, always looking for opportunities to partner, for sure.
It's great to have you here. Thank you again for your support.
All right. Well, from there, we simply say thank you to all three. That's a pretty good group, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's
They're
really
fantastic
exciting,
and they're great servant leaders.
Yep.